Hello, and welcome to Super Pope Lord Studios. I'm Craig. Today, we're going to be going over Dragoon. Now, I have the gold version of Dragoon, which means that instead of coming with some solid plastic pieces, it comes with these fantastic solid metal pieces, which, if I remember correctly, the gold one like this is actually gold plated, which just adds to the extra feeling of being a dragon rampaging through an area. Now, I wanted to do this review in a few stages, the first one being to show you how quick and easy a game is to set up. How long does it take? We all don't like sitting there having to spend half an hour to set up a board game that we're going to play for 10 minutes. So here's a quick video. I've sped it up so that it's not painful to watch. The whole process took about 8 minutes from start to finish, from opening the box to ready for the first player to start their turn. So, is it fast to set up? Yes. That was for 4 players. Now, for a 3-player game, instead of setting up the 4 Dragon's Caves as you saw it in the video, you would set them up like this, and for 2 players, like this. Now, once you have set it up and everyone has their components, you will roll dice to figure out where the villages and cities are going to appear. So you roll the dice, you take the number of the red dice onto the red column and the black dice on the black row, and where they meet is where you place your village. Now, in this example, I have rolled 3-3, which, look, there's already a settlement there. What this means is the settlement is flipped over to the city side, which is more valuable in the long run. Now, if we had rolled the Dragon's Cave like this, instead of a tile being placed down, the fief would gain 3 gold. And to do that, you simply move the fief's skull 3 gold up the track. If the treasure chest is not on the map at present, you will roll the dice and the coordinates is where the treasure chest will go. If you roll a cave, roll again. If you roll where a village or a city already is, simply place it on there, whether a dragon's claimed it or not. So, what can you do on your turn? At the beginning of your turn, you will draw a card before taking any actions. You get 3 actions. Now, playing a card from your hand is not an action, so you can play as many as you want. Cards come in 2 varieties, white and red. White are played on your turn, red can be played at anyone's turn, and are often used for counteracting things that other players are wanting to do, like trying to steal your claim. Now, the first thing you'll be doing is probably the action you'll be doing the most. Now, 1 action is 1 move. Move 1 square, you cannot go diagonally, only orthogonally. If you come across a dragon whilst you're moving, you are going to fight. More on that in a little bit. When you get to a settlement, in this case a village, could be a city, you pick what you're going to do. Do you lay a claim? Spend 1 action, place one of your castles down. If another player has this settlement already, simply take their castle off and place one of your own. This is now yours. Of course, going back to those red cards earlier, the player may have a riot card, which would actually stop you from doing this without spending another action. A little annoying, but it happens. So, you've claimed a tile, or, if you want to, you could have destroyed the tile. Now, when you claim a tile, at the end of every single round, you will roll a dice and you will gain gold, according to what the number is you roll. If, however, you decide to destroy the city or the village, you will get gold up front and no one will be able to claim it. No dragon wants charred ruins as devoid of gold anymore, now do they? Another action you can do is, if you are on the same space as the fief's treasure chest, you can roll the dice to see how much gold you steal from the treasure chest. Simply roll it, whatever number you land on, take that away from the fief, like so, and add it to your own total. If you happen to end your turn on the treasure chest, and there is still gold inside it, the fief is not stupid. He moves his treasure chest. You will have to roll the dice again to reposition the treasure chest. If the treasure chest is empty, simply remove it from the board game until it comes up again later. So in addition to stealing from the fief, you can actually steal from the dragon. To do so, simply move your dragon inside another dragon's cave. Roll a dice. Hope that you get high. You steal that much gold from that dragon. However, if you end your turn on that dragon's cave, that dragon will come home, it will kick you out of its cave and back into your cave, and it will steal 3 gold back from you. Now, of course, if you've stolen 6 gold from him, 3 gold isn't too bad. When you come into a fight with a dragon, so you've moved into the same spot, or they've moved into the same spot as you will fight. Both take 1 dice, roll the dice, highest number wins. The losing dragon gives up 3 gold to the winning dragon and is returned to their cave. You can also spend 1 action to discard a card and draw a new card. Or, if you prefer, you can spend 2 actions to just draw a card without discarding any. There is no hand limit. Once all the dragons have taken their turns, taken their 3 actions, or additional ones depending on the cards they play, it is time for the tribute phase. If your dragon has claimed villages or cities, it will need to assert its dominance and show how frightful it is to make the villagers hand over their hard-earned gold. Now, if your dragon is already in the village or the city, that is exactly the same as rolling a 3, 4, or 5 on the dice, and will get you 1 gold per village and 2 gold per city. Now, if you roll the dice and you manage to get lucky enough to roll a 6, every single village you have, except the one where your dragon is sitting, will earn you 2 gold and 4 gold for a city. If, however, you roll a 2, you will not be getting any gold from any villages or cities except for any your dragon is sitting on. It's kind of hard to ignore a dragon when he's sitting in your city waiting for the money right there and then. If you're unlucky enough to roll a 1, your dragon had roared so pathetically, some of the villagers are no longer scared with him. You will lose a claim on a village or a city. It's your choice though. But yeah, try and roar magnificently. Play continues until one player has managed to successfully get over 50 gold and stay over it. Once they're over 50 gold, any other player can join them as the action continues until all players have completed their turns on that round. If the last player in the round is the one that gets over 50 gold, game is over, no one else gets a chance. At the end, whoever has the highest total, be it 50 gold or 54 gold, wins the game. Okay, so we've gone over how to play the game. I haven't touched too much on the cards. I've mentioned a couple of them, like for example the Riot card, which will stop a rival dragon from taking your claim. There's other cards that are a lot of fun to play, like Menacing Roar. You take control of every village and city that's adjacent to you, be it diagonally or orthogonally. They're now yours. There is something extremely satisfying about getting in the middle of a group of tiles and just taking everything from everyone. And most of the time the other dragons are helpless to stop it. Every now and then there's a Riot card that comes up and gets played. Now on to the main part of the review. So, we'll start with some of the good points. I enjoy the amazing quality of the components. The solid metal version, at least, the one I have, is fantastic. The feeling of picking up a solid, reasonably heavy dragon and stomping him across the map is fantastic. And the map itself is a cloth one that kind of feels like an old treasure map that you found. And even the scoreboard that keeps track of your gold that you have managed to collect during the game, it doubles up as a bag. I've put it somewhere there. It doubles up as a bag, which is fantastic because if you don't want to lug the big box around, you can just stick everything in this bag and take it with you, and you've got the entire game ready for you. It makes it very easily transportable if you've got limited space. And yes, it's a bit overkill, the fact that this has gold plating on it and the silver piece is silver, but it adds to it, I feel. You can get a plastic version for it, and admittedly the plastic version is a lot cheaper. I believe it's somewhere around $60. I might be wrong on that. I know the metal version was $99, and I never looked at the plastic one because, well, if you're going for a game like this, you go for the metal one. And yeah, the cards are your standard cards. The tiles are a good thickness for the cities and villages. I've got the game down there, which is why I keep looking at the floor. So, yeah. The components are one of the reasons why I ended up getting this game. I actually got this game at the first Gen Con I was at, and it was my big splurge of the convention, one I wasn't planning on, and I just really enjoyed the aesthetics of the game and the look of it, and in fact it was big metal pieces, and it's like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And yeah, it very quickly became my go-to game. So yeah, it's the first game I will grab off the shelf when I'm going to a friend's house. It's a fairly light game that's easy to play, especially if you're trying to decide what the big game to play. Bring out Dragoon, have a go of it, winner gets to pick. It's a quick, fast-paced game, and it's not too taxing. There is a little bit of strategy that you need to play in, and you do have some good choices in there, but it's not Twilight Imperium. So yeah, so good scenarios is, I'll admit, the game can be a little bit slow to get going, but towards the end of the game, when someone's rushing towards the 50 gold and about to end the game, or even better, they're at 50 gold, they're slightly over 50 gold, they've decided that at the end of their at the end of the round, they've won, because no one else is close to them in gold, and then there's you, sneaking up to their cave, sneaking in, you roll the dice, it's a 6, you've just stolen 6 gold from them, you've taken them under the 50 gold. The game doesn't end anymore, it continues until someone gets above 50 again. And yes, you'll annoy the hell out of your friend for doing it, but the satisfaction of seeing someone go from, I've guaranteed myself victory, to, oh damn, I didn't see that coming. It's one of the reasons I love this game. Or even when someone just stomps onto your village and goes, I'm going to claim this, and they instantly start taking the claim tokens off, and you just pull out the card and, no, you're not taking it. And they're going, alright, I'll use another action, I'm still claiming it. And you go, no, I've got another one, you're still not doing it. And I like the interaction that this gets, because they're annoying, they're frustrating when it happens to you, but the frustration is also kind of a cheeky one of, oh, damn you! And I enjoy the fun of knowing that when you're screwing with someone, they're having fun too. Yeah. So those are kind of the main things I get. It's hard for me to describe exactly why I enjoy this game, because I'm not good at describing stuff, I suppose, which is silly when you're trying to do a review video. But it's the feeling I get whenever I bring it out. I know I'm going to have fun with this game, I know it's going to be silly, I know it's going to be ridiculous. So I love bringing it out. And that kind of, I'll go on to the other side of the argument now. What's not good about Dragoon? Dragoon is very random. The setup is set, yes, but then you roll dice to place the cities and villages, and it's hard to capture just how frustrating it is when you're looking at your cave and there's no villages or cities popping up anywhere near it, and then at the other dragon's cave it's covered in them. And then the thief is starting to get some treasure up, and you're like, oh, well, maybe I'll have a chance of getting some gold there, and the treasure chest's at the other side of the map, and the cards that you're randomly drawing don't help. But a lot of the times this isn't game breaking. It can be very frustrating, especially at the beginning of the game, because you're watching your friend just traipse through and get gold after gold after gold. And yes, that is frustrating. But it doesn't drag the game too much, and it helps you actually come up with a nice little plan to go and get, okay, all the villages are down there and I can't get there. I'm not getting the cards I want, but I can get down to the cave and I can steal from them. And then you stop kind of looking for the claims and you start stealing from all the other dragons and they're doing the hard work for you. I've gone from the bad point and gone on to why it can end up being good. Yeah, that's kind of the only thing that I'm not that fond of and I could see people not being happy with is you can feel fairly limited in your turn because you've got 3 actions. Yes, there's a card that gives you an extra one, but most of the time you'll be taking 3 actions and a lot of the times you find out that the thing that you're wanting to do on your turn is 4 actions away, which means you have to take 2 turns to do it. And I realise now when I was going through the rules and stuff, I missed out the most important thing. Every single round, the player who is going first will be decided by the player who's last. So this person with the lowest score gets to decide who's most advantageous to go first. Do I go first and get to take all these areas and that's great? Or do I let him go first so I go last and then everyone else has moved and taken their claims and then I can just storm in and take everything at the end and then I get all the gold? And that is a valid strategy and it works to deliberately be in the last place so that you can dictate who goes first and who goes last, and then you can just swoop in and destroy what the dragons are trying to do. And yeah, it can create really good situations for you. I am a bit rambling on this. So, I think I've rambled on way too much for this. So yeah, I would say Dragoon is a great game. It's not the most complex game in the world. It's not going to take you all night to play, but you are going to have a lot of fun playing it if you don't mind randomness and you don't mind getting slightly screwed over by the other players every now and then. Like I said, it's a lot of fun when someone's over 50 gold and you're dragging them back so you can slowly climb up and get the gold yourself and end up actually winning. I've won it that way before. So yeah, check it out. Have a look if you can find it in the store and definitely pick it up. And yeah, that's my review and I hope you had fun watching it. And if you have any comments, please leave them. If you have any advice to make these videos a bit better, do that too. I'm very new to this and I'm very happy to learn more so I can make the content better for you. If you've got any games that you specifically want to see me try out, let me know. If I've got them, I can play them. If I don't, I won't. Yeah, so for now, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you around. Bye.